Hello and welcome to the Zaxcom Fusion Quickstart Guide. My name is Thomas, and I'm here to show you how to integrate a Fusion for recording over the shoulder with an external analog mixer, an external digital mixer, with a Mix 8, or with a Mix 12. Be ready to pause or rewind this guide at any time. Once you've taken the Fusion out of the box and found a home for it, connect a 12-volt power supply and power it on. We also recommend inserting an NP-style battery. Note that inserting a battery will cause the battery eject pin to pop out. If external power is lost, the Fusion will switch to the battery until external power is restored. If using a Mix 8 or Mix 12, connect the supplied serial cable and a 12-volt power supply and turn on the Mix 12. Connect your microphones and other analog audio sources to the XLR inputs on the side of the Fusion. If using an external analog mixer, connect your mix out left and right into inputs 1 and 2 on the Fusion, and your direct outputs to inputs 3 through 8. If using a digital mixer, connect digital sources to the AES input using the appropriate cabling. Let's ensure that you're running the latest software. Press the Menu button to access the main menu. Using the touchscreen, choose About Fusion. Make sure you are running the latest software version. Software updates are available at Zaxcom.com. If your Fusion needs updating, refer to the full-length instructional video. To ensure that we're all on the same page, we're going to start by restoring factory defaults. Press the main menu button. Then, using your touchscreen, press the Setup button. Next, press Memory. And finally, restore factory defaults. It's going to ask you to confirm if you want to do so. Go ahead and press OK. Now we are ready to specify our settings. Let's start with sample rate. Choose your sampling rate in this menu. We chose 48,000 Hz for this video. Press the menu button to return to the setup screen. The next option is sample rate reference. Let's keep this at internal for now. Record channels. Let's set it to 8 tracks for now. Press record channels, then press on the boxes below 9 and 10 to remove the X's. Those tracks are now unassigned and will not be recorded. Later, we'll show you a shortcut to enable and disable record tracks from the home screen. Pre-record time. Set this for 5 seconds. Meters. Let's label our mix track for post. Press Meter Labels. Then select Meter 1. Using the on-screen keyboard that pops up, press backspace to erase the existing characters and then label the mix track. Press Enter to confirm. This Quickstart guide assumes that disc track 1 will be mix left and that disc track 2 will be mix right. Press the menu button 2 times to back out 2 menus and return to the setup menu. Press Clock in the lower left corner to set the correct time and date. Finally, if using a Mix 8 or Mix 12, return to the Setup menu and press Mix 12. Press Mix 12 Support to turn it on and observe the changes in lights on the Mix 12. Restart the Fusion. Disc Mix Routing. Now it's time to confirm our inputs are properly routed to record tracks. Access the disc mix by pressing Menu, then Disc Mix. Press Preset to advance to Preset 3. Press on the empty boxes of the first 2 rows to put black A's, which makes your mix track. As you become more familiar with the Fusion, you can change the configuration of black A's to change your mix track. Press Post Fader on the bottom row to change it to Pre-Fader. Starting on row 3, place a white A connecting input 1 to disc track 3. Continue placing white A's in a diagonal pattern all the way to the lower right. An X connecting slate to any disc track indicates that the slate mic will be routed to that disc track when the slate button is pressed. An X beneath tone indicates that internally generated tone by the Fusion will be sent to that disc track. If using an external digital mixer, press Disc Mix, then advance to Preset 3. Along the bottom, press Analog In to change it to Digital In, and Post Fader to change it to Pre-Fader. Starting in the upper left, place white Ds in a diagonal pattern connecting input 1 to record track 1, input 2 to record track 2, and so forth in a stair-step pattern. If recording using an analog mixer, press Menu, then Disc Mix. Confirm that Preset 1 shows white A's in a diagonal pattern connecting input 1 to record track 1, input 2 to record track 2, and so forth in a stair-step pattern. Output Mix. Press the Menu button and then select Output Mix. This menu routes inputs to outputs, not disc tracks to outputs. Let's recreate the mix track to the Fusion outputs to feed Comtex. To send your mix to the camera 10-pin output, first, press Preset to advance to an empty preset. 3 is good. Make sure Analog In and Post Fader are displayed on the bottom of the screen. Press on the empty boxes across rows 5 and 6 to put black A's. This is recreating our mix track to outputs 5 and 6, which are hardlined to come out the camera 10-pin output. We can also route slate and tone to outputs 5 and 6. Note that outputs 5 and 6 on the D-sub analog output cable are identical to the 10-pin Hirose output. Faders. By default, the Fusion's faders 5, 6, and 7 are unassigned. Let's assign them to their correlating inputs. Press the Menu button, Faders, Fader Assign, and then the Fader Assign toggle to reach Knob Assign 5 through 8. Press the boxes connecting input 5 to knob 5, input 6 to knob 6, and input 7 to knob 7. Remember, leave Fader 8 unassigned as it controls our headphone volume. For the Mix 8 and Mix 12, press Menu and choose Faders. Fader Assign. In the lower left, press Preset until Preset 3 is displayed. This preset deactivates the faders on the front of the Fusion and makes Fader 8 control the headphone volume. Input Configure. Press Menu, then Input Configure. In this menu, we can dial in all of our settings for analog or digital inputs. Choose Analog 1 to specify the appropriate settings for the audio source connected to the analog input 1. For example, mic line level, 48-volt phantom power, and so forth. Turn the limiter on as it is seamless. If possible, speak into the microphone connected to input 1 while adjusting the trim on the touchscreen to set an appropriate level. Press the Menu button to return to the Input Control menu. Repeat these steps for each input. Note, if a Mix 8 or Mix 12 is connected, set the gain using the trim pots on that mixer, as settings made using the touchscreen will not persist. Sanity Check. Let's make sure our mix track is fader dependent. Press and hold the Menu key to return to the home screen. Exercise your faders to confirm that they control how much of the corresponding audio is being sent to the mix track. Also, confirm that the pre-fader ISO tracks are not fader dependent. The information contained from this point forward in this Quickstart is identical whether using an analog or digital mixer, the Fusion's internal mixing functions in an over-the-shoulder setup, or a Mix 8 or Mix 12. Timecode. Press Menu, then Timecode. For this project, we chose free run for the timecode run mode and 23.98 for the frame rate. You may now jam downstream devices such as a slate. MyFusion Part 1. The MyFusion menu is where you control all internal and external recording media. First, we will prepare our primary card for recording. With the Fusion powered down, insert a compact flash card upside down into the upper slot. I'm also going to go ahead and insert the mirror drive compact flash card in the lower slot before powering the Fusion back on. Remember, never force the card into the Fusion. The first time a compact flash card is used in the Fusion, it will need to be formatted. This will erase the entire contents of the card and prepare it for recording. If you wish to format the primary card, power on the Fusion and once booted, press the menu button, then MyFusion, Primary Card, then Format Drive in the lower left corner. Format Drive again. A warning sign is presented. Confirm you want to erase the contents of the card by pressing OK. Note, formatting is only required the first time a card is used in the Fusion or if a card has been formatted in another device. Once the format is complete, the Fusion will prompt you to restart. Restart the Fusion. Once booted, press the Current Total Folder box on the home screen to jump directly to the primary card folder list. Confirm that the highlighted folder says 0 megabytes. If you chose not to format in the previous step, choose a folder that says 0 megabytes. You may name your folder by pressing the Name Folder button and enter a new name up to 8 characters using the on-screen keyboard. Press Enter to confirm. Now, although folders have no size limitation other than the capacity of your primary card, we recommend starting in a new folder each day. MyFusion Part 2. In Zaxcom terms, copying audio files from the Fusion's primary card to another medium, such as a backup compact flash card, an external FireWire DVD RAM drive, or an external FireWire hard drive, is called mirroring. If you intend to mirror to a FireWire device, power off the Fusion and then connect the FireWire device. The Fusion is a FireWire host only. Do not attempt to connect the Fusion's FireWire to a computer to download files. If you will be using a FireWire drive that requires bus power, select FireWire Power to turn it on. Quick note, for any FireWire device, never hot swap. The purple text above the Mirror Drive Select button displays the medium to which we will copy audio for delivering to post-production. If the medium to which you want to mirror is already displayed, continue on to the next step. If not, press the Mirror Drive Select button to advance to the next available medium. A dialog menu will open each time asking if you want to restart the Fusion to enable your selection. If your desired medium is not displayed, press No to continue cycling through your other options. If your desired medium is displayed, select Yes to restart the Fusion. MyFusion Part 3. From the home screen, press the Menu button and then MyFusion. Press Mirror Drive to enter the mirroring menu. It's always a good idea to contact post-production to determine their delivery preferences. File resolution. Leave it at 24 bits unless post-production requests 16. Folder to mirror. Select the folder on the primary card that you wish to copy. Now this is important. Make sure you format the mirror drive FAT32. And press OK to confirm. You can follow the progress in the mirror status window in the lower right-hand corner. Once completed, the status window will read mounted FAT32 volume and the number of gigabytes that are free. To start mirroring, press the mirror mode button twice so it displays continuous. Confirm the mirror status window says mirroring is on. When files have been successfully mirrored, the status screen will read mirroring 100%. Keep an eye on the status window in case the mirror medium fills up. If the status window displays mirror drive is full, replace with fresh media, format the mirror drive, and set mirror mode to continuous. The Fusion will continue mirroring where it left off as determined by the start segment number. Headphone mix. Press the headphone button labeled HPH to enter the headphone mix. This menu routes disc tracks, outputs, or the camera return to your headphones. We will leave the default setting, which routes the mix left track to the left ear and the mix right track to the right ear. To control the volume in your headphones, use knob 8 on the front of the Fusion. Scene and take metadata. On the home screen, press the box containing STN. This is where you control the scene and take information for each segment or recording. Enter your scene name by pressing Scene and typing it in on the pop-up keyboard. To set the take number to 1, simply press Reset Take. Remember that you are editing the metadata for the segment number displayed beneath segment. The default is Next when in standby, so you can enter the upcoming takes information and have it applied when record is pressed. Recording. Press the record button to go into record. If the record button is solid red, then the tracks are being successfully written to the primary card. Press Stop to finish your recording. Using Zaxcom supplied or approved recording mediums is always recommended. Test your compact flash card to ensure its reliability before using it on production. Finally, here are a few quick tips to help make your day easier. Hold the back arrow on the front of the Fusion and touch disc tracks to enable or disable them for recording. A horizontal line through the middle of a meter indicates that it is not record enabled. To solo a track, simply press and hold on its meter. Once in solo mode, you can select other tracks with a single press or exit solo mode by pressing the headphone button. Press the play button to play back the last file recorded. If you wish to review other recordings with more control, enter Q mode by going through the main menu. This concludes our Quick Start guide for the Fusion. Happy recording!